In question 21, we're being asked about the movement of blood during one complete circuit of the body. So our four statements that we have to assess which is correct will be about blood flow through the body. So we have our four statements, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they're about different structures in the body. So we have lungs, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, lungs, and digestive system and liver. So we can draw a quick diagram here to represent what's going on using the organ cited in our question, and now we can go through our answers while making reference to this. So we should note before we go on to our 4 points that we have a double circulatory system in the human body. We have venous blood flowing into one half of the heart, which then pumps to the lungs, where fresh air oxygenates the blood, by which it can return via the pulmonary vein into the left side of the heart, from which it can be pumped via the aorta, the main blood vessel, to the rest of the body. Okay, and so the cycle can continue with venous blood eventually draining back into the right-hand side of the heart. So that's the double circulatory system. Let's have a look at our questions. Firstly, our answers rather. Blood flowing from the lungs flows through the heart twice. Well, does this happen? So here is our blood flowing from the lungs. This will be via the pulmonary vein. So this blood will then eventually go around the entire body. Let's say it goes through the upper body, returns as venous blood from the upper body, returns in the vena cava to the right hand side of the heart, at which point it will enter the lungs again. So yes, it does flow through the heart twice. Okay, so we can move on to statement 2. All the blood flowing from the lungs flows through the kidneys. Now, having a look at our diagram, we should be able to see that you can map out the human blood flow sort of like a circuit diagram where all the different organs are in parallel. So the current, in this case the blood, won't be flowing through all of the organs. It might be true to say that all the blood flowing from the lungs, i.e. from the pulmonary vein, will be flowing in the aorta, but after things start to diverge into different arterial sources, into different organs, all the blood will not be flowing through a particular organ. So we can say this is false. The only blood that's flowing into the kidney will be the blood flowing through the renal artery leading into the kidney. Moving on to 3, we have all the blood flowing from the liver flows through the lungs. Well, we know that all the blood in the body flows through the lungs, and particularly we can say that all the blood flowing from any particular organ will ultimately flow through the lungs after becoming deoxygenated in order to become oxygenated and supply the rest of the body on the next go round. So yes, all the blood from the liver does flow through the lungs. And finally we have 4, which says that only blood flowing from the digestive system flows through the liver. Now it should be worth pointing out at this point that the gut has a slightly different system to all of the other organs that we have here. So rather than the liver where blood flows in, or rather than the kidney where arterial blood flows in and then venous blood flows out, in the gut we have arterial blood flowing in and then a hepatic portal system leading into the liver, at which point venous blood can return into the vena cava. So although the liver does receive blood from the gut, the digestive system, it also receives its own blood supply via the hepatic artery. So it's not only blood from the digestive system, it's also blood from the heart. And so we have our answer that 1 and 3 are correct, and therefore we can say our answer is option B.